Alright folks, this is something else that I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm canning up some meat and I've got to use the high pressure cooker. High pressure, not just the water bath or the low pressure. This is definitely a higher level skill than I've used before. So I went out and I bought some Johnsonville brats, and I put two of them in each jar. I put three little baby carrots in there. I put three potato wedges in there, and then I put an onion slice on top. So now I'm going to put the tops on them and put them in the Carey. And these have to process for 75 minutes. So let me get this set up and going, and I'll bring you back. Alright, I got the brats in there. I have added 8 cups of water as per instructions. Close the lid. Now I'm filming and reading the instructions at the same time. Select high button. That would be this one. Set the timer for the amount of time that you need. Pints, 75 minutes. Quarts would be, quarts would be 90 minutes. Alright, make sure I got the valve up here set to exhaust. Oops, I'm airtight, so we gotta put it on exhaust. There we go. Press start to begin the process. So it's going to do that until it starts boiling, which could take up to 30 minutes. And I'll bring you back when it starts boiling. Alright, so now it's really hard for you to see it. It is steaming. And it switched over to E10, and that will wind down to, there's E9, I'll go down to E0, and then we put that stopper on airtight, and it will automatically cook for 75 minutes. Alright, so that's it for now. Alright, the Carey's counting down. It's letting out steam. Like I said, I don't think it's really hard for you to see it. It's evacuating the air out of the machine right now. When it gets down to 0. One of the things, there we go. So we put that on airtight. Now it's going to sit there and flash until it builds up pressure, and then it will automatically reset the timer for 75 minutes and start cooking. The instructions aren't super clear. A lot of people on YouTube have had problems with pressing the start button at this point. Do not press the start button again. When that gets up to pressure, it'll automatically start the cooking process. Alright, we'll come back and show you that. Alright, now it's doing that. It just tells me it's building up to pressure. Okay, it's building up pressure. You can hear it, see it a little bit. I don't expect it to take too long before the cooking time automatically will start here. This is what they call a meal in a jar. Looking forward next week I can take a jar to lunch at work with me. Really steaming away. There it is. So it came up to pressure and automatically set the timer. So now we don't do anything for the next 75 minutes. I could get some other stuff ready, which I'm thinking about doing. And but after this gets all done, it's got to sit for like an hour or so for the heat to go down and the pressure to go down before you can open up the Carey. So we'll bring it back when we got her done. So the Instapot is done processing those brats, but I have to wait until it's done now. All the steam, it has to cool down enough that there's no more steam. So I'm going to leave that open for a little while more before I open it up. In the meantime, I've been thinking about this for a while, so I went ahead and made, these are Great Northern White beans. These are the kind of beans that you buy your regular baked beans out of. They start out white, but by the time you put brown sugar in there or tomato sauce or whatever, it turns these into brown beans. So I got the beans in there. I got them washed up and sorted, and I put 1 jalapeno pepper in there, and I'm gonna wait for that Carey to cool down more, and then I'm gonna cut up a little bit of bacon. I got some really good homemade smoked bacon, and I'm gonna put some of that in there and some onion, and then I'm gonna go ahead and process these and just make my own little baked bean stuff that I know exactly what's in it and the quality and what I want. Alright, so I'll bring you back when I do something more. Right now we're kind of waiting on the Carey to cool down a little bit more. Alright, we got it cooled off, got it opened up, and if you can see in there, you see that? It is still boiling. I've had the top open for a few minutes. I had that jar sitting up on top of there for a few minutes, and it's still boiling. That's what pressure cooking does. You won't get that product that hot by just water bath. So I'm going to go ahead and get these out, and I got my beans ready. Got the beans in there, a little bit of bacon. Where are we? There we go. Jalapeno pepper and a slice of onion. And I filled it. It said to keep a 1-inch headspace. That's how far it is from the fluid line there to the top of the lid. And you're supposed to leave a 1-inch headspace when you're making beans, so I made sure I did that. Figured there's water in the onions, water in the jalapenos. So we're gonna get the brats out, get the beans in there, and do it again. It's going good. Pressure canning 101. Alright folks, 6:14. This is something I'm particularly happy about in my life during this COVID. I've been wanting to switch over from your regular Teflon pans to cast iron for quite a while now. And during this COVID time, for whatever reason, I don't know, I did it. So my wife had this, I don't know, it's a 12-inch cast iron. I just got done washing it, drying it up. I'm going to cook up some bacon and eggs for breakfast. So I'm very pleased that myself that I made this switch. Just something else in my life that makes me happy. And I'm not getting any of those contaminants from the non-stick frying pans. So it's just something that makes me happy. So over here, this is what we wound up with yesterday. We got 5 jars of the beans with, I got a jalapeno pepper in there, a little bit of bacon, and onion. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. I can barely see it. How much of the water, I just want to show you how much of the water got soaked up. Boy, just about all of it. So this was just an experiment, just, learn how to do it. It cost me $1.29 for the bag of beans. I still got a little bit left over, and I know they're edible, and I'll see what I do with them and how I enjoy them or not. Sure, I'll enjoy them. Next time I make it, just started out with 3/4 of a cup of dried beans. Next time I do it, I would definitely do half a cup of dried beans, so I have more room for putting other stuff in there. I like food with flavor. I really like to jazz stuff up, so that's what I would do next time. But they all sealed. No problem. And then there's those brats. I almost feel like eating one for breakfast, but I got bacon in the refrigerator. I really need to eat. I had a pound get hidden in the back, and I found it. So I'm going to have bacon and eggs this morning. Then we're going to go outside and do a garden tour video. And we're going to get started today. Today's Sunday. We're going to get started with all my cucumbers. I got a couple of heads of cauliflower. So today we got to get making pickles. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Ready for this, folks? Wow. That's how I do it. I cook my bacon first and just put my eggs right in there. Just drop my fork. And look at that. Just as non-stick as it could possibly be. There's my breakfast. Get up in the morning, get going. Sunday morning, I don't sit around all morning watching my coffee and drinking YouTube. I get up and I go. Nothing helps me get going better than a nice breakfast. It gets my wife up. She smells the bacon. It gets her up. Alright, I'll bring you back when I'm all done.